Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Two Drunk Guys Watch. My name is Rory MacLeod. I'm your host, and with me for this episode is Jeff Baker. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
And Jeff and I met through a common interest in a fellow named Phil Hendry, who is a podcasting guru and master and very funny guy. So that's a point of interest. And he's actually name-checked in the credits of each episode of this thing because he was one of the people who kind of inspired me to do this.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So
by the way, just for the record, Rory, Phil likes when you refer to him as master.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, absolutely. He doesn't he does. His ears are burning right now, and he's got like a warm feeling in his stomach, and he has no idea why. And it's because you called him master.
Awesome. What are we drinking tonight?
Well, here's the thing. So, first of all, let me first and foremost thank you for this invitation. This is a rare and precious opportunity to be honored with being able to co-host here with you. And and by the way, and for the record, I was very relieved that I didn't have to keep my language PG-13 because that would probably be a struggle, particularly the more I drink. So, and also the main point I was getting to is that I'm taking the title of your I'm going to call it a podcast. Should I call it a podcast?
Show. I don't know. Whatever.
Show, podcast, fill in the blank. Anyway, I'm taking it seriously. The point is, so Two Drunk Guys Watch, and so, and let me suffice to say that I'm not a big drinker. So it's very easy for you to be the bad influence that I'm going to assume that is going to be the case tonight. But I'll
do my best.
In evidence of taking this seriously, I'm going to be drinking the one liquor that is my absolute kryptonite, and that is Tanqueray gin and tonic with extra lime.
Oh, okay.
And I've discovered just within the past week that it's really Tanqueray that is my true love, because I bought a bottle of Bombay Sapphire because I was seduced by that gorgeous blue bottle. But then I poured myself I'm like, man, I just don't like this as much. And so I ended up bartering that almost completely full bottle with a buddy of mine, and you'll appreciate what I bartered it for. So I got a hardback, Batman, DK3 comic graphic novel in exchange for that.
Okay.
For that bottle of gin. But anyway, back to the point. So
yes.
before I drink the gin and tonic, though, I have a shot of Jack Daniel's right here in my hand, and so I need you to grab a shot of something before we start drinking whatever you're drinking. Will you grab a shot? And I do want to hear what you're drinking.
Well,
will you grab a shot of something?
I've got a Dewar's white label, so I've got whiskey going, so I can drink drink some whiskey with you.
All right, good. Sorry, I'm gonna first shoot this. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Lovely. Okay.
Very nice.
So there's the Jack Daniel's, and now, since again this is an audio environment that we're in, I'm gonna pour. And hope that the microphone picks up the sound of, oh my God, I poured a lot of gin. And then I'm going to pour the tonic, which you should get a little bit of the bubbly.
Very nice. Yeah, I heard it. Yep.
Just a moment. All right, good. So there we go. So you're drinking Dewar's.
Yeah. I usually I drink beer sometimes, but tonight I decided to go with the Dewar's. Can
we do a virtual toast?
Yes, we can. We'll virtually clink our glasses. Here we go.
You ready?
Yep.
Boom.
Clink. Oh, you're hitting it on your
Beautiful.
mic. Okay.
I'm hitting it. Yeah, here we go.
All right. So tonight, this episode, we are watching a short called The David Hall Story. And my understanding is that this is about some guy that got crippled in a car crash. So we will be starting that up right about now.
There's a special kind
Oh, look,
of
there's a
beer.
booze commercial.
It was created nearly a
perfect.
century ago by people who really cared about
By people
things,
who are really
like
drunk.
brewing a quality beer, no
Absolutely.
matter what the cost.
No matter what it cost us, we kept
The
making
Budweiser
more
people
beer.
still think that's worth caring about.
This is
They're
back
making
when
sure
they
it's
portrayed
caring.
Budweiser as like a
Isn't
premium
just a
brand.
memory.
Oh, yeah.
And every taste.
Oh, look at this guy. He's even wearing. Oh, that's Ed McMahon.
That's why I thought it was Ed McMahon. Okay.
Dude, that's Ed McMahon. Absolutely.
He was well known as a drunk.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Now this obviously is a much older commercial.
I like it. He looks a bit like a young Ron Howard. He's obviously not.
Now, is that Jimmy Durante?
Oh,
it looks like it.
Yeah, dude, cha-cha-cha-cha. That's totally Jimmy Durante. Cha-cha-cha. I hope he breaks out in the song.
I hope he molests that kid. No, I'm kidding.
Duh, that would be a Herb Sewell move. Oh, Cracker Jack. See, that's what I'd be all about that Cracker Jack, too.
Yeah, he's like, I want to have some of this.
Heck yeah, man. This makes me like Cracker Jack even more, the fact that it's been around forever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we know it's been around forever because it's part of the whole baseball anthem. Take me out.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how old Cracker Jacks are. That's a good question.
That's a question for my friend Google. Would you like to know? I can find out.
They're going to kiss.
Oh, my God! They are going to
When it comes
kiss!
to Cracker Jack,
Holy
some
shit.
kids never grow up.
Pornographic.
All right.
The David Hall. I can't believe. Was this intentional since David Hall is a Phil Hendry character?
I didn't even think about that until you just mentioned it. Isn't that weird?
David G. Hall. It's crazy. I thought that's why he chose.
All right. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Beautiful.
That was my little prepared statement for this part.
I love that. He's Ironside.
My
He's in a
name is
wheelchair.
David Hall.
Oh, yeah, Ironside.
It's been a long road back.
So there. Not exactly projecting confidence.
Holy shit! They're driving way too fast,
Oh my god, they're going. Oh, he is going pretty fast.
dude. For that time, are you kidding?
Going 90 in the 60s was like going 150 now.
Absolutely correct.
The David G. Hall story.
The David G. Hall.
I so wish it was. That'd be so awesome if that was.
I know, man. We should do that at the G post.
He was on his way to the Krispy Kreme, and well, you can see what happened.
You're right. Correct. He was wearing nice loafers too. I noticed that when they did the close up of his foot.
Yes. So this was produced by an insurance company, which I checked, and they are actually still around.
Oh, fantastic! They'll appreciate the additional PR.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. As evidenced by their defense of the copyright of this thing, yeah.
Correct.
Well, there's a fly. Where'd you
It's
pull
been a
that out
long
of?
time
Appears to be a
since
fishing
I
pole.
used that fishing rod.
It was inserted in my butt.
If I'd been just a little bit more sensible, I'd still be using it today.
I would have caught that trout.
Listening to
I would have
safety
caught
talk
that damn trout.
is certainly not
The trouser
new for
trout?
any one of you.
That's
It's
the
not
worst kind
hard
of trout.
for me to remember my thoughts a few years ago as I sat in a high school auditorium.
You wouldn't believe all the
and heard
bouffant hairdos.
statistics pointing up thousands
Exactly.
killed and injured each year.
Those people are bored out of their minds.
My thoughts.
What? Do we know what year?
were
I didn't know.
much the
What
same as
year
yours
is this
are now.
made?
63.
63.
Although
Okay,
these
so there's
statistics
plenty
were
of Elvis
impressive
influence going on here.
and
Oh,
even
yeah.
shocking. They
Absolutely.
still
Elvis,
my
Big
mind,
Bopper. I think Big
were
Big
things
Bopper
that
was
happened to
dead.
others.
Yes.
not me.
That's true. Yeah, this is after the.
The thought of
Richie
being in a
Valens.
car accident.
Here are
occurred to
some
me at
numbers
times,
which will sure
but
you'll
in each
enjoy.
case, I pictured myself
does have
being
very handsome
miraculously
handwriting.
flowing clear,
He's got a little. He's
somehow
cheating. He's got like a little
receiving nothing
grid
more
on his
serious
Yeah.
than a
chalkboard.
scratched
I
hand.
know. That's a cool chalkboard. It would actually
cheater.
make me
Get
write
this
somewhat
idea.
legibly. Oh, here he
These
is.
things just won't happen.
No
to us.
seatbelts.
No
That give
seatbelts.
many
What the hell?
drivers a false sense of
Yeah,
security.
gun it.
Hold on a
I
second.
don't
Those
think
are different
most drivers
shoes.
realize
Gun it.
They're
how much they
those are
rely
a
on
different
this.
pair of shoes.
It
I'm
can't
telling you,
happen to me.
they did not have a focus
I'll
on the
be lucky
continuity
type of
efforts on this
thinking.
No.
film. Those were
I know
penny
this was
loafers
certainly
earlier.
true
Those
in my
insurance
case.
company producers were not on the ball.
Perhaps if I were
Apparently
to tell
not.
you a little about my accident and what happened to me,
Do you like my pocket square?
you could get a better
And
understanding.
I do. I like the pocket square way
All
more
I
than his
know for this type
monotone
of
voice.
thinking.
Yes.
I mean, for fuck's sake,
And
can
just
we
how
get a little bit of
disillusioning it can
sincerity
be.
in this? Come on, dude.
How about hiring an
Let's
actual
go back
actor
to
for
a beautiful
this?
summer day.
Right. I'd be
Some years
okay with an
ago.
actor portrayal. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
A
do
friend of
think
mine had
they're
invited
burnable.
me to spend a weekend at his parents' cottage.
All right, Steve, we're gonna
A few
spend the
hundred
weekend
miles up
together.
north.
All right. What do we
called
think
me
this
about
car
11
is? I'm
in
gonna
the
guess that's a Lincoln of some sort. That's a dope car.
Bel Air, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not an expert on cars, so.
I'm not either. I'm not necessarily either, but I know it's sexy and I'd like to own
After
it.
packing
Oh, yeah.
a few things,
You know what? Look at that! Look at those tail ends. That looks like it could have been a Batmobile. Look at those tail ends. That's awesome,
visions of being
dude.
alive.
That's awesome.
Wasn't the
Maybe even a
Batmobile
muskier
actually
too.
like based on a real car and they just modified
Yeah,
it?
yeah. They totally modded it up. Absolutely.
All right, cool.
But not that one necessarily.
We were in a big
They
hurry
could
to
be.
wet our lines. And my friend
No
kicked out there
seatbelts.
pretty
There.
hard.
Okay, they're the loafers. You see that?
All
So
over
they,
the riding,
there the
the
loafers
late
are back.
model
What the
convertible.
hell?
I mean, he's like
The highway
Mr.
was
Rogers and he
relatively clear
changes
of
his
traffic.
shoes between
I
scenes.
still felt we were
Oh
traveling
yeah,
too
and a
fast.
cardigan sweater too.
Yeah.
That makes perfect
I
sense.
remember that I was sitting next to the driver.
Seatbelt.
with my knees drawn up on the seat.
Did you bring
and
the
my
ball
back was
gag,
against the right
Steve?
front door.
Like a total
I'd
douchebag,
like
yo.
to
Come on. Sit
rather
like a
than
human.
seem
Hope you brought
afraid.
enough lube for this
I
weekend.
just hoped we'd be lucky.
No shit.
And nothing would
My
You
God.
happen.
holding hands?
Well, I was just
Although I
wondering the
wasn't
same
watching
thing.
the road, I was told about it later.
I was told
Another
about
car
it.
was
I was really
approaching the
bored
highway
when I
from
was
the
laying
right.
there almost dead. That's
And it
not the
happened.
same guy.
It totally looked.
That guy's got a receding hairline. That's not the same dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, continuity for
finally
this is
stopped
total
rolling,
shit show.
I
But
was lying on my back,
let me tell you what
looking
was
straight up at the
essential
sky.
is that other car was absolutely
And I
looking like a
remember I had
hearse.
such a
And how
Yeah.
appropriate is that?
wonderful-
Ooh,
feeling of
foreshadowing.
That I thank God for not being
I
hurt.
thank God. Yeah.
Aside from a slight pain in the back of my neck and a little trouble breathing,
That damn paralysis.
I thought I had luckily pulled through.
Yeah, you did a great
Unhurt.
job.
For a few
It's
seconds,
fine to me.
I just lay there,
See, there's the
Saying
loafers.
thank
I'm
you.
telling you,
over and over.
Jesus, they needed
Until I
me. It
noticed
was,
my right hand lying
Yeah,
on
you
my
should have been
chest
working
with
on this.
bleeding.
How old were you in
I went to
1963?
move my arm.
I was
but to my
negative
surprise,
5.
I couldn't move
I
my
was
hand
negative
off my chest.
5. In fact, my parents were like
I was
probably
momentarily
still. In
shocked,
fact, I know they were still in
But
high
then I
school.
thought
My
perhaps
parents
I'd
hadn't even
broken
met
my
in
arm
1963,
so that I couldn't
so-
move it. Just then,
Yeah, I
I
think
heard
my
my
parents
name being
certainly had
called.
met. But yeah, my mom was barely 20 when I was born.
Oh,
it
okay.
was then
Shout
that
out
I
to
tried
Marcia
get
Baker
up.
if she ever listens to this
It was a
podcast.
combination
I'm
of
sure she will.
disbelief and terror.
She should.
that
She
passed
should.
through me.
She's.
When try as
I owe
would,
everything I am
I
and
just
ever
could not
have been
move.
to my beloved
I
mama.
couldn't even turn my
Very
head
nice.
from side to
Okay.
side.
Okay.
See, if this guy had only listened to his mother, he wouldn't have been in this position.
Absolutely.
I
See,
thought he was hurt
He needed the same kind of
and
divine
calling for
influence
my
that my
help.
mom provides. Right.
I tried to answer him, but wasn't able to speak louder than a whisper.
And then werewolves
the
showed
house
up.
was full of dirt.
Oh,
And I
dude, that would be
couldn't
awesome
sit
if we had
down.
a paranormal insurance film.
Just
That would be
then,
great.
I saw him
Did you just
standing
ever see
over
that
me.
Saturday Cinema, the werewolf
I
in
learned
a
later
girl's dormitory or
Hanging
whatever?
onto the steering wheel.
I've not.
Oh, that one's
He had
terrible.
managed to stay in the car.
Yeah, well, see, that's
And
the
it
thing
pulled
is
her
that they're
without
all
so
terrible.
much
It's
as a
it's
crack.
only Phil's humor that
Dave.
makes
Oh,
it
yeah.
You okay?
yeah palatable.
Say something, will
There's
you?
a couple of them that are probably
I tried
watchable
to talk
without.
to him.
Wait a second. Okay,
But
time out,
found
time
it
out.
difficult to
So
force
I
any
missed.
words
Who
out.
was the guy shaking him? Not the
He
driver.
told me to lie
No, that's
still
his boyfriend.
while he got someone to call an
So
ambulance.
how the hell is he totally
I
unscathed?
had to lie still.
Good question. Oh, you know what? I
choice.
think David G. Hall
Shotgun
was in the
seat?
passenger seat because Baldy was driving.
Oh yes.
So I think
seemed
that's
like
because I
only a
kept
matter
seeing
of
the
minutes
receding hairline. I thought, well,
before
that's
a
not the
large
guy in
crowd
the
of
wheelchair. Okay.
had circled
Right.
around.
That makes perfect sense.
The
actually.
pain in the back
The
of my
mystery
neck
is solved.
began to hurt me more.
Fantastic.
So I kept
I
my
appreciate
eyes
the
closed
fact
most
that
of the
back
time.
in the
But I could
mid
hear people
'60s,
in
look at the guy on the
crowd
left with the sunglasses.
Oh,
He's totally got a suit and
shit.
tie on, which was the norm back then. That's when people
This
looked
really
good.
He
frightened
dressed
me.
up to go to the accident
saying,
scene.
as hard as I tried,
Correct. That's, I mean,
I
again,
couldn't
honey, let's
see
go to the
any part of
accident
my
scene. Put
body.
on your suit
except the hand on my chest.
Don't forget the
For
pocket
all I
square.
knew, I had lost a leg.
and the
I
pocket
must
square.
have tried to move 100
No, this
times,
is before he had the
but
pocket
the
square.
only thing I could move were my
I
eyes.
couldn't even move my
I
wang.
heard someone in the distance, sort of an eerie someone, with a disembodied voice.
Oh God, I hope there's a
he
face
dead?
appearing in the sky. That'd be awesome.
Poor boy
I
dead.
hope so too. And there's the dude in the sunglasses.
I
and the
remember
suit.
opening
And by the
my
way,
eyes
we should be
looking around
crystal clear
to prove
that in no
not
way
only to
are
the
we
crowd,
demeaning
but to myself
the disabled. This
that I
is
was
this is
still alive.
purely a mockery of this
It was a
insurance
short
film.
time
Oh well, yeah,
after
yeah,
this
of course.
That I felt a hand on my
You're
forehead.
so PC,
I
Jeff.
opened my eyes.
Listen,
saw
I come from a
priest bending
compliance
over me.
background, Rory. I got to cover all our
That's-
bases.
began
That's
saying
fair.
some prayers, which I soon
You
realized
should
were
show
last
this at your
rites.
workplace.
I know, no, I'm not in it anymore. But I was
Well, you can
a
imagine the
compliance
terrible
consultant
scare
for
this
20
gave me.
plus years. So yeah, I
Because up
think like a
until this
lawyer,
time,
despite the fact I don't have
I realized that
the JD to prove
something
it.
All right.
strange had
You
happened
mean
to me.
JD being Jack Daniels.
But I certainly didn't think I
Yeah,
was
right.
going to
I do
die.
have the Jack Daniels tonight. I just don't have the Juris Doctorate.
All right,
Shortly
all right.
after
Lawyers.
this priest had given me last rites,
Well, for this
Master
show,
tried to help.
one is better than the other.
Oh wait, dude, they're reading him last
after
rites.
what
Holy shit,
seemed
this
like
is
an
serious.
eternity. Well,
All right,
actually,
who
only
here
about
speaks
20
Latin?
minutes. I heard the ambulance
Vidi Vidi
coming.
Vici, I know that.
Yep.
I came, I saw, I kicked ass.
Exterminatus. I know a little bit of Latin from Harry Potter, although my understanding is that Latin in Harry Potter is wrong.
Yeah, it may be wrong, but it's way better.
Mm.
Expecto Patronus!
I had a niece of mine who actually has a Latin minor, and she watched Harry Potter and said, nope, that Latin's all wrong.
That's funny.
So I'll take her word for it.
My oldest son Hudson took Latin in high school. I mean, it's a dead language, but it's applicable kind of like all over the
It
place.
was
It's
really,
cool.
really.
Yeah, she was thinking
When
about
the
going
ambulance
pre-med,
attendants
which is
lifted
why
me
I
on
think
the
she did
stretcher.
it, but...
And I
Yeah,
caught
yeah.
a glimpse of my
It's
leg
funny because my younger
and saw
son
that
is
I still
going
had both of
pre-med.
them.
He's a senior in high school, but he has not taken any Latin, so he's going to wish that he had.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, wait, don't forget his other loafer. His other loafer. Don't.
We've got a dead soldier over here. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, grab the loafer.
And put the penny back in, too, in the little slot.
Put the penny back in, right. Exactly. A penny was actually worth something back then.
Yeah.
That's like a $20 bill today.
Yeah.
This may sound silly,
Not.
but that ride in the ambulance,
It turned me
even
on.
with the flashing lights and siren to clear the way,
I want to get one of those
Was the
sirens
most
to, like,
frightening ride
magnetically attached to the
I've
top of
ever
my
had.
Jeep. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. You could
See,
do like
we
in
were
Naked,
going
Naked
so
Gun where they had it on top of the
And I
camera
just
in the
didn't
intro.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Well, absolutely.
that had I been able,
Yeah, my dad
I'm
used
sure
to
I
watch.
would have
What
asked
show
him to
had
slow down.
Hawaii Five-0, I think, or maybe it was Rockford Files. Anyway, one of the shows that he watched in the '70s, they had that magnetic light on the top, and I haven't thought about that since. But I would love one for my Jeep.
That's a good question. Well, it would have
At the
been
hospital?
Rockford Files. I don't know.
they laid me on
Did
a table,
Dragnet maybe? Did Dragnet
cut
have
off
that?
my shirt and trousers.
No, they didn't have the magnetic
doctor
thing. They had the
then did.
serious one.
Oh.
Yeah,
What
Jim
I thought
Rockford.
was a strange thing.
He drove like a
He took a
in
pen,
retrospect
told
a
me he was going to start
like
picking me
like,
with
like a
it.
jailhouse
And that I was
steak
to tell
color
him when I
brown
felt
Right.
Trans Am.
Right, it was the most
Yeah.
boring,
He began at
nondescript,
my
you
feet.
know.
But it was still a
He
Trans Am,
figured
right?
out my
And I
body.
remember
Yeah,
thinking, I remember as a little kid thinking that car has awesome tires because it would. They were always like peeling out. Oh shit!
Well, this
here we
guy's
go,
like getting
acupuncture.
acupuncture.
Yeah.
Yeah, free acupuncture.
Oh, he finally reacted. Oh, poor guy.
So,
oh,
neck
It
down.
wasn't
Oh,
until I reached my
pocket
chin
square spec.
Yep.
that I was able to feel any of the pinpricks.
Poor dude.
He then asked for
And my
my
wife
phone
used
number
to call me Pinprick.
and the name of my doctor in Green Bay. I knew he was
Who
going
we
to
kidding?
call
He
my
ain't married.
parents, so I told him to wait a
That's
few
true. Yeah,
minutes
he's the posture.
until I'd caught
He's
my
a
breath,
confirmed bachelor, if you know what I mean.
that I was sure I'd be all right. And then
By
I
the way,
would
that was the
call
sound
him,
of me having another
Because I
delicious
knew
sip
that
of
if I
Tanqueray
called-
tonic.
that somehow
I'm glad we
I
could
could minimize
contribute
the
to
whole
your
thing.
inebriation.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
I know.
He
You're
then told me
again further proof that Rory
that I
I
MacLeod's
had
a
a
bad
poured
influence.
like twice as much
And that it was best that he
doers
called
as I
him now.
normally do for this. So
I
While
did
they
the same
were
thing.
putting
I
through the
wasn't
call,
paying attention
I
to
was
my
moved to
proportions,
another
and so
room
this is a way
where they
stronger
placed
gin
a
than I usually.
halter-like device over my head.
and I'm committed to finishing
they
this before the
attached some
episode's
weights.
over. So I've got
As
Oh,
I lay there,
10 minutes.
thought
I
of
can do
many
it.
things. I thought
Well,
about
listen,
my friend's
what-
speeding, and I
Why
was
don't
inclined to
why
put
don't we
all the
drink
blame
every
on
time
him.
he says "woe is
But
me," and then
I
we'll be
realized that I was just as
you know
much at fault
we'll
as
have
he.
it pounded here in a second.
If
Yeah.
I'd had the nerve to make him slow down,
I'm such a loser.
it was too late to think about those things now. I
How
lay
is
there
this
like
supposed
that,
to keep
with
anyone's
my neck
attention?
contraction, until later that
Yeah,
evening,
exactly. Like, what was the
when my
purpose of
parents
this film?
and
If
the
what they were
doctor
trying to
from
do
Green
was
Bay
have this being
arrived.
like a cautionary tale, for fuck's sake, keep it to 30 seconds.
Right.
This isn't gonna,
Or like,
again, I guarantee,
how about 5
This doctor
minutes?
removed the
Like,
halter
at the most.
and shaved
like
the
they're
hair
on
off my
13
head.
minutes at this point. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. They're
Now
delusional.
there's a spaceship
Until
though.
something
Oh,
was
no,
Correct.
they're not.
Oh,
Each side of my
lobotomy.
head.
Very nice.
Sweet.
When he started
Bonus.
doing, all kinds of
I love
wild
it.
thoughts occurred to me. I had just
See,
finished
now
a
now we're
course in
talking scare
sociology,
tactics.
Yeah.
where we
Drink and
learned
drive,
that
get a
in certain
lobotomy.
extreme
I was
mental
hoping to
cases,
get drilled this
the
weekend, but
doctor
not
had
like
forced
this.
to remove part of the brain so as to make the patient more
Dude,
docile.
wait, that's a
And I
hand
thought
mixer.
perhaps
That's
they
not a
thought there was
lobotomy.
something mentally wrong with me.
They're mixing up his
But
brain
as it
cells.
turned out,
Right.
these holes were used to anchor a tongue-like instrument.
Holy
My
shit,
head.
dude! I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Enabling
Thanks,
them to
Thanks,
The
McLeod.
Chinese tongue is involved.
without pulling on my chin.
That is a Chinese tongue.
At this point,
Oh God, look at
with
that.
all the drilling,
The other end of that
combined with
rope
the pain
is
in my
is
neck
attached to the
and
bumper of the
overall
car.
weakness, I
And
was
go.
inclined to believe that
Go.
last rites
It's like
had
pulling a
been in order
tooth.
That's right.
after all.
Pulling a cranium.
Bingo.
Well, we gave
What
up on that
happened in the
loser.
next
Now we're on to the
4 to
next
5
patient.
weeks,
Oh wait,
was
see,
not
this
quite
is
clear to me,
later in the
as
morgue.
I was under
Yeah.
heavy sedation.
See, now wait a second. If they like chalk him up
Although
for
I
dead
do
and like they
remember
take him to the morgue and then he
the
wakes
next
up, that
day,
would be kick ass.
That
It
would
did
be.
something to the back
Unfortunately,
of my neck.
that's too exciting for this.
That is like way too.
Like that would be
I was
something
told later
happening, so we
that
can't have
they'd been
that.
forced to
Correct.
operate
Correct.
because the traction alone had failed to straighten out my spinal cord.
And I told them, honey, I don't go straight.
Maybe he's gonna turn over a new leaf.
Maybe.
I was
yeah.
in this tongue type of traction.
There again. Okay,
For
so they haven't
exactly
pulled it
4
from the
weeks.
bumper yet, but that's coming.
Yeah.
That would be exciting.
We're gonna get every blow by blow
After
of
what
this guy's
seemed like an
procedure.
eternity, they removed these tongs and placed me in a neck
And they
brace.
gave me a sweet neck brace.
Then I was transferred to a Green Bay
Dude, let me
hospital.
tell you, that neck brace today would be a part of a
After 2
really
weeks in
kick-ass
Green
like
Bay,
Hannibal Lecter
They
costume.
removed
Like
this
a
neck brace
cosplay.
And I was happy
Precisely.
to find
Yeah.
I was able to turn my head
Right, you
from
could
side to
show up
side,
with that neck brace on
but
in
I
a
was
wheelchair,
still unable to
and
move
people be like,
any part of
"Who are
my
you?"
body
And you'd be
below
like,
my neck.
"What the fuck are you talking about?
I
I'm
was
clearly the
confident
paralyzed guy from the
that at least by
mid-'60s
Christmas time,
cautionary tale.
I
What do you
would be
mean?
up and
I'm David
walking
Hall,
around.
goddammit.
I'm David Goddamn Hall."
October,
Right.
I was transferred to the
Be indignant, and
rehabilitation
people
department of the Mayo Clinic at
instantly
Rochester,
become
Minnesota.
infamous at like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the dude that's pissed off and he's talking about he's in a wheelchair?
It
because-
was at Mayo
Yeah, he's crazy.
that I
But the
was
problem is,
finally
if you're
told
really
the truth.
cosplaying this guy, you
about
can't
my
get too
chances of
excited because you
recovery.
can see this guy has no personality.
No, not at all.
I
In
can
fact,
still hear the doctor's
you need to
words.
really kind of overdose on Quaaludes
David?
and like chill the fuck out.
You'll have to know sometime.
I'm your father.
Although there are rare exceptions in cases like yours.
You're never gonna walk again, you son
I'm
of a
afraid you can't expect much more use of your body.
Or your
than
penis.
you have right now.
Dun dun dun.
All I
Dun,
had,
dun, dun.
and all I could expect to have, was partial recovery of my arms and shoulders.
Damn. That's brutal.
I was at Mayo's.
You know, in all seriousness, a buddy of mine in high school broke his neck in high school during basketball practice. It was this weird freak thing where he took a charge and like
During
fell
that
back,
time,
and then another dude like fell on
I
top of him.
exercised
Like
the
it's
remaining
weird.
muscles in my arms
Thankfully,
and
he wasn't
shoulders.
paralyzed and he's fine now. But he had to be in
And
that
had
neck
4
brace for like
operations
months
on
and
my
months,
hand.
and they weren't sure if he'd ever.
So as
And
to enable me to
unfortunately, he was not able
grasp
to play
things,
sports again,
Okay.
which candidly and
myself.
selfishly was a real fucking pisser
Things that I
because he
used
was like
to
the
take for
best
granted.
athlete in our school.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so he was a real loss.
Dear sir or madam.
Yeah, and see, this is way before you could be texting people with your phone, so he's going to be relegated to.
Thanks for the complimentary pair of
Yes.
penny loafers.
It's been a long
Right.
road back, both for me
He does have a decent
and
watch.
my
though.
parents.
Yeah. Too bad he can't lift
It
his arm to
seems
look
impossible for me to
Precisely.
list
Yeah,
Someone has to
all
lift
the
it for him.
far-reaching effects,
poor guy.
Actually,
such
he
an
was using his
accident.
hands, so he must be a little bit better.
not only for me,
Hopefully so. Yeah, maybe
but
he's
for
been
my
through physical
parents.
therapy.
Yeah.
I could cite the thousands and thousands of dollars
In fact,
of
here we
hospital and
go.
medical expense.
Did I mention that I love gin
for
and
what I
tonic?
feared would be my poor employment possibilities.
You're turning into who was the
That's
rapper that
just
did the
some.
gin and tonic song?
Of the many problems
I think it was
that
Snoop Dogg,
just
right?
begin
Probably. I like
With
Snoop
my
Dogg. I
gin-
saw
gin
Snoop
Gin
Dogg
and
live.
juice, right? Isn't that how
a
they?
year and a
Oh,
half
I
after
think
the
you're right.
accident.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw Snoop Dogg live in
Of course, there were
'97
many
in
things
Atlanta at
that I
Lollapalooza.
would never be able to do again.
That's true old.
I
Snoop.
bet
And
there
the
were
things
no
that I
drugs
could do.
taken at that either.
Had to
None.
be done differently.
None. It was the first time, and you know, it's
I
back
learned
to
to
what we were
drive a
saying
car
before we started recording.
with the aid of
I
special
went there
equipment
because Tool
that
was the
required only
co-headliner,
the use of
Oh.
my
and
Oh.
I won the tickets
I
from 99X,
firmly
this old Atlanta radio
that
station.
had I been
Free tickets, right?
wearing a seatbelt,
Yeah.
And so
I would be up and
when
walking
Tool,
around today.
which were the co-headliners, when they took the stage, I was
a seatbelt
literally front row.
is standard equipment
And I was
for
like,
me now.
"What the fuck is this?"
And believe me,
because I had
I
just
drive
picked up the
defensively.
Anima album like a few weeks in advance.
Okay.
I wasn't.
Oh look, this
By
jackass is
defensive
driving now.
driving, I mean
How
the
is that?
anticipation.
He has a
And
seatbelt on too.
recognition
They made a
of
point of
danger.
showing that while you were yapping.
Teach
Yeah.
yourself to
Oh,
be
I'm
ready
sorry.
No, it's
to
okay.
avoid danger at any second.
Not really missing anything.
In other
No,
words,
no. Listen, you heard me shout
Defensive
seatbelt about
driving.
18 times earlier,
know.
so I'm glad he's
is
wearing it.
always expecting the unexpected.
God, there's still 4 minutes of
being
this fucking
prepared
thing. What is he gonna talk
spot
about
danger.
next?
What the
plenty
fuck
of
were they
time
thinking? This insurance
avoid it.
company is obviously misled to think that
I,
anyone's
Yeah.
going
I think they're sadistic.
Is actually
Damn.
driving 5
Alright,
cars.
now I'm gonna show you how to put on a seatbelt.
The first car,
All right, now see, this is a
of course,
different
is your
convertible,
own.
Yeah,
but it's still pretty cool.
that's a smaller one.
Then
That's way smaller.
there's
for
that
sure.
car up
Yeah.
ahead to watch out
Oh,
for,
okay, this is the how you avoid turning into this guy.
as well as the car behind you,
Oh, it's a how-to film. I like this.
plus the
You
one
blow
on the
right through the
left.
stop sign.
Oh, blow right through. Yeah, that's a sure way to
And the
die.
one on the
Boom.
right.
Oh!
If you watch, there's one on Mystery Science Theater, I
Defensive
think, where they
riding
show like these
is just
old
as
like
important as defensive driving.
driving movies. People
avoid
back
an
in like the
accident like
30s
mine,
were nuts. Like
the
they didn't stay in their
passenger
own
should
lane. They just drove
and
wherever the
must
fuck
speak
they
up
wanted. Oh my
when
god,
the
I couldn't
driver
believe it.
comes in cautious.
The only saving grace was they were going 30 miles an hour, so they could, you
The
know.
really skillful driver
You know who still drives like
is a
that?
careful driver.
Every human being in Russia,
drive defensively
because
and
I swear to
ride
God, like they have to
is
go
to
through
drive
nothing to get their driver's
and ride
license,
with
and so there's wrecks all the time. If
and
you
to
if you're
avoid the
literally
things
you can
that happened to
Google
me.
Russian
case
driving coverage, and
is
they
just
show
one
because everyone
hundreds of
is such a
thousands
shitty driver. There's wrecks
seriously
all the
injured
time,
each year.
Yeah.
and so people have to record. They have a dash cam to like show that they weren't the individual that ran over that baby stroller.
Oh,
Anyway,
gotcha. I think I've seen some of those, yeah.
dude, it's crazy. Oh, here we go.
And the doll got messed up, too. Jesus.
Poor dog.
Oh, Jefferson.
Jefferson.
East Jefferson.
That's how my parents named.
Aha!
Yeah,
You were named after that baseball team.
I was.
Are they doing the Chattanooga choo-choo? Oh.
Yeah, what the fuck? Jesus.
Here's some happy people, and then a downer.
Right.
Yay,
Happy
we're
or
playing
dead.
tennis. Yay! And then...
Tennis?
And then...
Death.
Death.
Death is coming. Death! Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh, we're having some fun on the water skis.
Water skiing?
And then a shark.
Oh, dead!
Oh, they should have gone
When
with a
I
shark
read
come up and grab her.
Some of the
Oh, wait, look.
unbelievable statistics.
Dude, that convertible is like
one
falling
person
into the
being
pond.
serious
Nice.
injured
So they didn't even get away from the lake shore
22
before they
seconds.
crashed. Okay.
I can't
Dude, I
help but
love it.
think
This is like
of
a
those
precursor to the
seriously
risky
injured in
business.
car
I
accidents
love it.
Yeah, sure.
who wishes I
Remember the
did,
Porsche?
that they
It
could
comes
have
out.
just one more chance to be well again.
Now, see right there, that's a 55 Chevy right there. That's gorgeous.
Only this
Yep.
time, they would
They wrecked it
replace
for this stupid movie.
It can't
Yeah, what the
happen to
hell?
me, or I'll be lucky type of thinking. With the
I
much
think that's a
more
Ford.
reliable,
I'm going to guess
I
Ford
won't
Fairlane on
take
that.
chances.
All right.
I'll drive
Sounds good to
defensively
me. I'm no
and
expert on
ride
cars.
Oh,
defensively
seatbelt!
Oh.
kind of thinking.
Love it. This is back before they had shoulder belts. They were relegated to lap belts.
Yep. So your pelvis get yanked out of
Unfortunately-
position, but other than that, you're fine.
We
Correct.
don't get another chance. But
Why
all
won't
of you,
anyone listen to me? Is it my
still have a
monotone
chance.
voice?
Yeah, what the
a
hell,
chance
man?
to live a normal life,
Everyone
And
in the
enjoy
audience
any-
is asleep at this point.
or all.
Guarantee it. That's
Of
what I was
the
going to say
wonderful
earlier.
things
The
the
only
world
way
has
that
to
they could,
offer.
ever hope for someone to sit through this is if this was like a precursor to an actual like cinema film, right?
Right.
So before you see Gone with the Wind, you got to fucking sit through this bullshit.
Yeah, but this is too long. They would never.
Way! That's my point. Everyone's at the concession stand getting popcorn at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
They're like, fuck that, I get it. I'm gonna wear a seatbelt for fuck's sake.
Because we have done some of those shorts, and they're only like 10 minutes. Like, they don't. There's no way they would go this long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the definition of overkill right here.
It's been a long road back for me,
And for you,
and
the
a long
audience.
road still ahead.
Yeah, no shit.
But
I
if
feel
my
punished.
experience can inspire you to always drive and ride with common sense and never take a chance
Oh,
It will be a
sorry.
happy road.
Fall asleep for a second.
with the best
Me too.
yet
This
to
guy,
come.
come on. Pick up the pace.
Handicap Man of the Year, David Hall.
Handicap Man of the Year.
David G. Hall.
Very nice. My job here is done.
The David G. Hall story. Thank God it's over. All right, now, part two of this podcast of yours. We watch porn, right?
Oh, unfortunately,
1963. Here we go. Employers Mutual Wausau.
another Wausau story on film. All right. Well, that was the David Hall story. So, what'd you think, Jeff?
You know what? There's so many things to just think. For God's sakes, we can limit the entire message that they're trying to convey could have been accomplished. You know, I'll say within 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they what they needed was an editor, right? What this should be like the before and after, right? This is the before. This is all the footage that we caught.
Right.
Now we're gonna distill it
Oh, that
down
was
to
edited down. I mean, right?
which is frightening. That's the point. They if they limited it to 3 minutes, then actually it could listen to me. This is the gin talking. It could have been an effective like cautionary tale.
Yeah. We shot 2 hours of footage and we came up with 20 minutes. Right. Yeah.
And everyone tuned out after 3 minutes. And again, they're still seeing the guy in his penny loafers. Yes.
Yeah, so most of these highway safety, what they do, at least later on, maybe after the 60s, is they would just show the crashes. They would show, like, really grisly shit.
Right.
And then you'd be
Absolutely.
like, oh, I don't want to be in that kind of a wreck, so I'll not do whatever the thing is they don't want me to do, right?
Precisely. And by the way,
boring life story, you know?
can I change the subject for a second, if I may? Rory?
Perhaps.
I mean, this is your show, but let me ask permission for that. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
It's actually not necessarily changing the subject. It's relegating the subject back to one of the things we talked about at the very beginning of this podcast of yours, and that was the origin date of Cracker Jack. So Cracker Jack was founded in 1896.
Holy crap.
Which makes it 125 years old. And so
Wow.
that's a serious anniversary. 125? Yes.
Yeah.
So what I would ask everyone listening to this right now is to let's have a moment of silence and appreciation. Not because of the death of Cracker Jack, because it still succeeds to this day and is worthy of recognition.
Yes. All right. And so in memoriam, well, not in memoriam, but for Cracker Jack and for all of us, I want to thank Jeff for joining us for this episode of Two Drunk Guys Watch. And until next time...
It's been my pleasure.
Until next time, keep things interesting.